Hey, it's me. It's me, Mewpool. I'm doing this new little Reddit story slop content, and if it gets over 10 likes, 15. Hope no, I'm that's asking too much. 10 likes. If it gets 10 likes, I'll make more. But also some of the comments, like your opinions on the stories and yeah, or if I should just not do this. Anyway, to the video. Am I overreacting for leaving him because of an ignorant belief? My 22 boyfriend, 22, told me that men are on average smarter than women. I asked if he was serious. He said he was. When I asked why he thought that, his reasoning was that men have invented more stuff than women, that our world is built and run by men. And he said not to worry, as he thinks he's a little below average intelligence, and that I'm a little above. I said that doesn't make it any better. If you're going around thinking men are on average smarter than women, it's concerning. I don't think anyone here can convince me that he's right in any way, but maybe it's not a belief worth breaking up over. Now, top comment by Pixie Fire Pixie fuck. She says your BF is wrong. Men have not invented more than women. They just have their accomplishments recorded and celebrated in history. I want to add on to that. I feel like also the whole oppression of women throughout history has also haven't allowed them to invent that much. I feel like it also adds a lot to it. Anyway, I need to stop fucking breaking. Okay, back to the comment. It has been discovered that several men stole the accomplishments of the women they worked alongside. Women's accomplishments are buried whoa, what is wrong with my fucking tongue? Are buried and erased from history. There is very little to suggest that one gender is more intelligent than the other. We are all capable of varying degrees of smart and dumb. Okay. The fact that he thinks you're smarter than him at the moment doesn't mean shit. I agree. Before I continue, actually, hold on. And then she says, "This is a shitty world for you, for your BF to have." I'll tackle the edit in a second. Tackle's not the right word. I'll cover it. I'll say it. I'll read it. I agree, completely. On average, I'd say it's kind of equal. In terms of intelligence, but also depends on what intelligence, because most intelligence is just taught. Now, of course, you could be just naturally born smart, but most of the time, most of people's intelligence and knowledge is just from learning from other people. You could be kind of a slow learner, but people will think you're smart as fuck if you know a lot of fucking things. So, anyway, edit. I should clarify that I don't mean to say women have invented more than me. More than men. I don't know why someone would get that from. I don't know why. What? That wasn't even an implication. But that is impossible for us to know, which is it actually the truth, because of erased history and the fact that Homo sapiens, humans as we know us now, have been around for 200,000 years. I think we've been. I don't know. I think that's. I'm not gonna fucking proof check. Proofread. Not proofread. I'm not gonna check her facts. Because I don't care that much. I don't know the answer. Well, I do know for a fact that history has been okay. Well, the check the fact thing is the around 200,000 years. I feel like it's been longer. Anyway, and she says, "I don't know the answer, I just know it's impossible for us to actually know. For some reason, modern folk only consider the last handful of millennia when talking about about human accomplishments as if the world only began 2,000 years ago or something. Fuck me, dude. Yeah, I agree. A lot of people assume, which is embarrassing. Embarrassing. Like, truly, truly saddening the amount of people who think that the world, either the world started or that humans themselves started to, like, we just kind of, like, went from hairy ape thing to not so hairy ape thing 2,000 years ago. It's been way more. Human history has also been a thing way more than 2,000, like way, way, way further than 2,000. Like the 2,000 years we've had, the 2025, that many years, little blip, little. Anyway, on to the next post. Policy hot, 1206. Am I overreacting, or is my boyfriend jealous of our baby? And then she says, recently, I just had my son, about a little over a week ago, but his father has not been adjusting well, in my opinion. He really wants me to take more of a hands-off approach with our son, and he doesn't like that I'm holding him a lot, and that every time he makes somewhat of a noise, I rush to pick him up. Just small things like that. At first, I thought he was looking out for me because I had a C-section. I shouldn't be doing a lot, but I no longer think that's the reason why he gets upset. For example, our latest big disagreement is that he hates that I breastfeed him. I don't know why. His reasoning is because he thinks that would make the baby clingy only to me. I really don't think he hates our son. I think he's having a hard time not knowing how to bond with him. And that he's jealous that my son knows how to cry for me is how he kind of explained it. I allowed him to access to my bedroom security cameras and nursery cameras to maybe make him feel like he's not missing out on anything. And he's still there, but still, I do think he's jealous of our baby. And I'm wondering, am I delusional? And it's not typical baby blues on his end? It's a little delusional. That's like really fucking delusional. Anyway, and she also added some screenshots to like to add more context. The first one. Here he says, every time I look at the camera, you're holding him. And then she says, oh lol, laughing while crying. Yeah, he's so cute. I can't help it. And he just lets me. I'm still in shock that he's actually here and alive. And he's like, my only issue is when he becomes that age, when he's supposed to self-soothe, he's not going to be able to. And she says, he's only been on this floating rock for like a week. Wait, a week? She said in the I can't remember. A week? A fucking week? And he's like, he's jealous of a week-old baby? Oh my god. She not even popped out, scooped him out like a week ago, but chill out. Oh my god. Anyway, let's continue what she's saying. He's only on this floating rock for a week. He can be spoiled with cuddles. We don't need to worry about him self-soothing until he's more closer to a year. And she's like, a year? Nah, we starting that at 6 weeks, lol. Wait, is he black? He might be black. I'm just gonna say that. He might, the boyfriend might be black. Just saying. And then she says, are you insane? That's way too soon. Wait, what's your version of self-soothing? I'm... Okay. I didn't think she would, like, ask him that. Usually everyone knows what self-soothing is. But maybe this guy doesn't, you know? And that's kind of, like, emotionally, like, smart for her to say that anyway. And then he says... We'll ask that. And he says, well, we allow him to sleep in his room at night. And then she says, why does he need to start sleeping in his room at 6 weeks? I sleep a lot better when he's in the bassinet in the room. I don't think I want to transition him into his room until he's more like 6 months. And then he says, honestly, at this point, I feel like you want him to be a mama's boy. Like you want him to be clingy to him. You wait, what? Like you want him to be clingy to him? That's a typo from his end. And I'm giving you tips to prevent that. If you cared about our relationship, you will have him sleep in his room. And she says, no. What's actually happening is you're jealous of our son, which is insane, by the way. You generally get upset every time I have to do something for him. I'm not mad at you for feeling this way, and a lot of men have felt similar to you, and this can be worked through. I love you both so much, and you're both my priority. As of right now... wait, hold on. As of right now, blank requires, which is the baby, requires more of my energy and time. I will still make time for you, it's just the adjustment period of getting used to him and getting a routine going. And then he says, I'm not jealous. I'm tired of you doing things with him without confining me like I'm an absent father with no say when I'm not at all. I'm still honestly pissed that you're breastfeeding him when we agreed not to. And then, top comment by, beneficial agent 224. And she links, here's some studies that prove what your boyfriend's been saying has been found to be false. And then she sends like WebMD, Pathology.com, and Laleche LALECHE.org.uk about like letting babies cry, can you spoil a newborn, and like just more infant stuff to and he's like, yeah, it's a she. She's like, yeah, that's he did not, he was not correct. And then she says, it's widely supported that by the medical community across the board that you cannot spoil your baby, make them too clingy, affect their ability to self-soothe, or affect their sleeping alone ability by holding them too much. It's actually the opposite. Babies who are held more and responded to attentively show more healthy independence, healthy attachment, and sleep better alone. So we can scratch that off of his reasons. But as you have suspected, this is likely not the root issue. It could be a little bit of him feeling like he doesn't get a say in the process, that you aren't taking his advice into consideration, and even some things tied to some old school false beliefs based on gender norms about wanting to be his son to be soft, or as he said, a mama's boy. But once you show him his evidence is based on misconceptions, that would seemingly subside. But I have a feeling it won't, because there's more here, and that was obvious with the breastfeeding comment. Why in the world would a father hold a strong opinion against his child's mother breastfeeding their child? There's absolutely no reason out there that exists beyond the reason that are controlling and selfish that would compel a father to be against breastfeeding when their mother wants to and can. I'm assuming and can is covering the whole, like, if, there's some complications, like, for the baby to... kind of weird if a baby had complications. I don't know if that exists, but if the mom couldn't breastfeed due to, like, health concerns. And then she says, it is well known that the best choice for a baby is breast milk in a situation where that is possible. So a father would have to be knowingly choosing the less ideal option for some reason that is not the child's best interest, but rather his own. And that's whack as fuck. Nor, which I now realize is not overreacting, keep prioritizing your baby's health and best interest. Invite your boyfriend to do that with you, or he can be mad at you while you keep doing it by yourself. And then and she did like an edit to add, she says, OP, you are so young, lovely. Oh my god, what a terrifying and heavy experience for you to go through at your age. And I was like, huh? Is she like 17, 18, 19? like teen pregnant, normal, not normal, but like a teen pregnancy that's not like horrifying. Then she said I was also 15, which I think implies that the OP is 15, and I'm like, what? What the fuck? Like, I'm a baby at 15? At 15, okay. And that's two people with the babies at 15. I'm assuming when she said I was also 15 when I had my son, meaning that she's older now significantly, maybe like 20 to 35, like 25 to 30, early 30s, maybe 40s. I can't imagine someone in 40s using Reddit because it's kind of new. But I could kind of see it still. Oh my god, 15 when I had my son. It was something more difficult to put into words, but I know you've been through a lot and you're feeling a lot. Your boyfriend is only 18. This is a senior and a freshman. And this could be potentially given him some grace based on simply being young. However, the detail that he is an adult by law and was sleeping with a 15-year-old is pretty problematic. Also illegal. I feel like pretty problematic is a little bit of an understatement. Like, that's huge. That's huge. That's like if for people, I doubt anyone like watching my videos is like out of high school enough to not know the difference between them at 15 and them at 18. That's huge. That's fucking huge. Okay, me at 15. I was not the same person at 15 than I was at 18. Now, to be fair, in that gap was COVID, but still, I feel like most people have had a huge character gap between a like knowledge gap of 15 to 18, and like knowing of responsibility and knowing about things in general, and being more of a human. Not that I'm saying 15-year-olds and like people who aren't 18 and up aren't humans, but more responsible in knowing how to do things and like how life is. Like a simple age gap 18 is like 18 to like late 16 or 18, more like 18, 17, 18, well, yeah, I didn't go anywhere. But like that kind of, or maybe like 1917, or, no, 1916 does not work, that does not work. But like, around like maybe 1.5 years, like 1.5 to maybe 2, depending, very case by case on the two. For that to like work morally. But 18, 15, there's no excuse. There's no fucking excuse. Oh my god. Anyway, she says, but I'm sure you are aware, and you guys have a baby now, so probably a bit too late to. You know, I think it might be a bit too fucking late. Yeah, me too. I might. Anyway, a bit too late to worry about that anyway. But furthermore, your post history kind of seals his fate for me. This guy is not a nice guy. Oh, gee, I wonder. Hopefully he still has room to grow, but I don't know. There's not. He can still go down. He can still go down as a person. Like, he can still go lower. He can still go lower. But there aren't that many places to go. I can't say that he could go more than him, because I'm not going to go look at her other post messages about him. I'm just going to trust this commenter. I'm going to trust someone on the internet and assume that the rest of her posts imply that he's kind of an asshole. Kind of not that good. I mean, he's already not that good for obvious reasons, but on top of that. Anyway, and she says, oh my fucking, another alarm? Okay, anyway. It's not looking so good. Not looking so good. He's pretty horrible. Oh my god, maybe I should look mean, not helpful, not kind. That's fair to you. That's not fair. Oh wait, that's not fair to you. I mean, I should say that's not fair for her. things. Why am I correcting shit like I can actually like I have a fucking, I was supposed to say grimoire, I have a thesaurus and a dictionary. Like I'm an English student. I'm not. Anyway, things will be tough enough without that added on. I hope you have some. I hope you have some good friends and that others support you in life. Support your life. She needs to have good friends and good family. I can't imagine someone. I'm assuming in America, having a kid at 15 and like having their parents disown them, being able to get their high school diploma and keep the kid. That is either borderline impossible. Not even borderline, kind of is, depending on where you live, the cost of living. Like, for example, I live in Oregon. No, actually, let's do California. California, expensive as fuck to live. Expensive as fuck. Someone has a kid there, gets disowned, kicked out of the house. Their family, the rest of the family, shuns them. So they have nothing. Since they're 15, all their friends are probably 15. So they can't help. What parent wants their kid's friend's kid to stay with them and their friend to like live with them? I'm sure there's a lot of good Samaritans, but I can't imagine a lot of people being like, "Oh, let me go ask my mom," and their mom being like, "Yeah, sure, sweetie." Yeah, that is beyond fucked up. That's beyond fucked up. How about let's do another story. It's a little. This one's joke in the title, so I think this will be a little to end off the video with a little more a little lighthearted. Am I overreacting? A guy I met on Hinge made a joke, a quote unquote joke. What she says. She also had screenshots, but I'm gonna read the post first. Wait, I should probably read the screenshots first from her post. It seems like I should read the screenshots first. I'm gonna do that. She says, just out of curiosity, what is your love language? And he says, what do you mean? And then she sent like a love language chart, and then he said, oh, physical touch, FS. I'm assuming that's like what? What is FS? Never mind. And then she says, nice, mine's active service, haha. You wanna know what this dude says? You wanna know what this dude says? Oh, yours is active service? Then suck it. And he sends a fucking eggplant emoji, bro. It's funny as fuck. That's funny as fuck. And then, ooh. Ooh, that don't land. Oh, holy fucking airball. She was like a sucking teeth emoji, like, you know, ooh. I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, holy airball, oh, he fucked up. Because I don't know their history. Like, for example, I could say that to my girlfriend, she would find it funny. But if I said it to like someone I went on like 2 dates on, it's a little weird. Unless they also would find it funny, unless I know they would find it funny. I'm assuming from her reaction that he just kind of said that without gauging what kind of comedy she's into. And she says, I don't think this is gonna work. And then he says, what are you talking about? Take the L. Mine is fickle. Oh. Mine is physical touch, so I need you to do physical. To do physical, right? Here's this act of service. Do you perform okay? So perform a physical act for me. This nigga beat him. This dude gotta be like either 15 to 20, bro. Like, to continue this dumbass shit. Oh, she said, ooh. You're 29 years old, dude. Okay. This is just kind of. This just kind of feels this. I'm assuming she's like 30 or like 25, or like around 29. This kind of feels disrespectful. All I'm hearing is you're just back at sucking dick. You're already fucked up, bro. You're digging yourself in. She says, do you mean bad? Are you okay, right? And then he says, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Oh, DD, oh.
Yeah, I think it's over. 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 And then she says, I mean, not, and then it's like, I mean, not really much of an wait, what? I mean, not really much outside of this, to be honest. I met this guy on Hinge a few days ago, and the conversation went fine, and we were planning, sorry, he's okay. We were planning to see each other. Obviously, obviously, I gave him my number, and we were texting every for the last few days. Wait, what? Okay. And I just felt like I needed to, excuse me, ask his love language, because as an acts of service girly, I don't know what that means. I don't know what acts of, I didn't read the thing. It's like a little bit too small. Acts of service girly, most of us are misunderstood. Okay, I should probably look into that. Did I take what he said too seriously, or was I okay to just immediately shut him down? And then, a top comment says, how stupid can you be? Referring to him. Okay. Okay. So physical touch is his choice, which means he prefers receiving physical touch as a way to feel loved. But he thinks your preference is about what you like to give to others, not what you prefer to receive. That's with all the other ignorant shit he set aside too. This guy is a waste of time, space, energy, and anything else anyone cares to add. How can you possibly be overreacting? Now, with all this knowledge, I don't feel like she's overreacting. I mean, if it was just the dick joke, but then the double down kind of sealed his fate. I'll say it's a little minor overreaction with like the... I'm not gonna be like upset. Like if I knew them personally, they told me that, I wouldn't be upset about it. I'd be like, dude, you kind of overact a little bit. But I'm not gonna be like, wow. Like you kind of overact a little bit. If it was just the suck my dick joke, and they have like a little bit of a history of like potty humor. But if he just came out nowhere with a full dick joke, that's a little, yeah, that's not overreacting. I mean, you give him a way out with this is not going to work, which people, I would say, don't go like balls deep and she's just playing hard again. But when she says that you can salvage it, you can save it. But, you know, don't go like, please, like, don't, or go full him, who started insulting her, because that's, that's not saving shit. Anyway, I feel like, that's a good place. That's a little good little funny place to end on. So. Yeah, like it if you like it, dislike it if you disliked it, and I am out. You should subscribe too. You should subscribe.
It's the beat.
Road to 1K.
Sometimes blare it in your Jeep so your peoples can stare at them rhymes. Real rhymes, not your everyday hologram. Even when ribs was touching, never swallowed the ham. You rather eat a sandwich salad. It might need salt like your man's bland ballad. A lot of stuff happens that the news won't tell yous. Blues on L juice, snooze all hell loose. Rake it, take it like the good, the bad, the ugly. Break it rolling through your hood in the caddy buggy.